says, do you need big, strong biceps for boxing, or should I focus on forearm size and grip strength? Currently doing quite a lot of weighted chin-ups with zero bicep isolation work. Seems like quite a lot of boxers have decent biceps, but not involved in much actual training. So the first thing is no. And then the second thing is no as well. So for boxing, like for every other sport, general strength and conditioning preparation will be the best thing. So having a good bench press, good strict press, good bent over row will make good pull-up strength, good weighted pull-up and chin-up strength. That will make up the majority of your upper body strength training. We very, very, very rarely look for isolation work in terms of athletes and their strength and conditioning, because it doesn't ever really tend to be beneficial. Like, so there's obviously certain cases where a powerlifter having a thicker forearm will allow for better stacking during the bench press, and a bigger bicep will allow for better stacking during the bench press. Those things really aren't, those things don't transfer to more athletic sports. Like, there are certainly some exceptions. Obviously, in a lot of the impact sports, we'll do specific neck hypertrophy work to make sure we're more resilient against head injuries. But if you took it as a rule of thumb, or if you took our kind of rule of thumb towards sports strength and conditioning, you don't need isolation work. You should be doing general strength and conditioning work. And you certainly don't need big arms, and you certainly don't need big forearms for boxing, because what you want to imagine is there's two elements come with like a punch. The first is the speed that's being delivered in that punch, and the second thing is the mass that's being delivered in that punch. So obviously, someone with big, weighty hands will hurt you a lot more than if someone with tiny little John hands hit you in the face. But if that big, heavy hand or big, heavy forearm is transferring the punch through, it's very likely to be much, much slower. And slow punches land a lot less often than fast punches do. So there's definitely a trade-off there in terms of lower limb mass and punching efficiency.